Good morning. Today we are with Coach Jada and we are talking about twisting. All kinds of back twisting drills, all kinds of front twisting drills, prerequisites for this video. You can always watch it and maybe do some of the drills, but you need a back tuck, a front tuck, and a good layout. And it's a good idea probably to watch a video that we did a while back called Trampoline Basics. It's a great video. It'll help you understand how to control your body better on the trampoline. It is on the website under under events, and then you click on virtual content and go under the trampoline heading, and you'll see it. It's called Trampoline Basics with Coach Jada. It is a great video. A lot of the concepts that we talk about in this video, we have talked about in that video. Perfecting trampoline basics is really important for being able to control yourself on the trampoline. It's a great tool to learn all kinds of skills that you can later transfer to the floor. However, you need to understand your body, understand the trampoline, and understand your relationship with the trampoline and how to stay safe and do some pretty basic skills that are actually harder than you think they are. So Jada makes them look easy because she's perfected them. Now, I say all that to say this. When we go through these steps, you really need to perfect and master that step that you're on before you move to the next step. If you have difficulty or trouble with the next step, you think you've mastered one step and then you go forward, okay? Go back to that step prior to it and do it some more and then go forward again. We really need repetition. Repetition is the key to success, and mastering the first level, second level, third level, fourth level, all the way up to the skill that you desire. Okay? All right, so the very first thing that we're going to start out with is backdrops. We're not going to spend too much time on this. This is just a good layout positioning drill, okay, to understand that you need to float into all of your flips, especially on the trampoline. So the backdrop position, Jada, if you'll just lay down on the trampoline for me without bouncing and scoot back, please. Okay, so the backdrop position is right here. It's kind of like an upside down cow. When your back lands on the trampoline, that's where you need to be. Again, we're not going to go over this too much. You need to watch Trampoline Basics. Okay? So a good drill for understanding the float before the skill is bouncing up pretty high and going all the way up really straight and then landing on your back. Again, after you perfect the backdrop position, you want to perfect the float. Okay? So just a few basic twisting drills that are really good to understand your body is called a cradle. And if you guys know what a swivel hip is, do a swivel hip real quick. Backdrop. That's called a cradle. Again, that's in Trampoline Basics as well. Okay? All right, go ahead. Okay? So she's turning her feet and her hips. Do it again. You can bounce higher. Okay, and she's going from backdrop to backdrop. Now, what you want to be able to do is go backdrop and act like you're standing up and then go into another backdrop. You should be able to stay straight the whole time. Okay? So people ask, what way do I twist? Okay? You really should twist whatever way you do your round off. If you do your round off to the right, you really should twist to the right. If you do your round off to the left, you really should twist to the left. But all your twisting should go the same way. Your front twisting, your back twisting, anytime you twist for anything, it should go the same way. Okay? So when you first start these, you should always face the same direction on your trampoline. Okay? You'll be able eventually to face any direction that you'd like on any trampoline, but in the beginning, you need to face the same direction for awareness. Okay, so we're going to move on to talking about front drops. Again, the breakdown of what a front drop is and the perfect way to do it is in the Trampoline Basics. Okay, but that's your front drop position right now that she's in. Slightly bent knees, arms up by your chest. Your main body weight is going to be on your thighs and your chest. Okay, you're not going to be arched. You're going to have a very flat, tight bottom and back. Okay, so Jada, can you just do a front drop, please? Okay, I don't recommend, if you've never done one before, this is more of an advanced video. I don't recommend just flopping out to a front drop. You need to watch the Trampoline Basics video. Okay, but this drill requires that you be comfortable on your front drop. Okay, this is called an airplane. What you want to do basically is bounce with your arms up and act like you're doing a back drop. And boom, turn it to a front drop. Okay, so at one point in the air, you're going to be acting like you're laying on your side with your belly button facing the direction that you're turning. Show it again. Okay, you want to go up in the air and float and act like you're doing a back drop. Then turn to your front drop. One more time, Jada. Good. If you notice, she's turning different ways just to kind of show you a better angle, which I do like the second angle better when she was facing the blue mat, just so you can see that she's going up and she's sideways in the air. Don't reach down for the ground. I'm never going to tell you, hey, reach for the ground, on fulls anyways. Okay? All right, now, here is the full drill. So you act like you're doing a half airplane, and then pull to your back. Okay, it's like a full down, but not really. There's some similarities, but there's also a lot of differences. You want to act like you're doing that half airplane, and then pull to your back. The arm motions are pretty specific here. You go up, and then you pull your arms down to the side. Okay, you don't drive your shoulder. You don't drop your shoulder. You don't put your hand across your body. Your arms go up by your ears and then down by your sides and hold. Your arms aren't doing anything here. We're turning with our hips and our feet, and we're looking. You're seeing the airplane, the half airplane, and then you're seeing the full. Okay? Now, before you start fulls, you should have a good back tuck and a pretty good layout. So Jada, if you'll do a layout for me. In a layout, you don't have to be, it's not necessary for you to be in this hollow position, just straight. Okay? It's necessary that you understand how to float up and grow your height at the beginning of your flip, and stay straight the whole way around. You're going to go up and grow and drive the toes in front of you, just like you would on a backdrop. Okay, on a backdrop, you're driving the toes in front of you. So just like a backdrop, okay, that's going to make you land on your back by driving your toes in front of you. So to do the flip, you drive your toes in front of you quicker and hold your body shape in a straight shape instead of piking to land on your back. So the backdrop and the layout are really similar beginnings. Okay, so once you have a good layout, okay, you're going to figure out your direction, and then you're going to do a quarter turn. Okay, a quarter. So you're not doing a half. You're going to focus on how we're going to turn. The quarter turn is important to me because it helps you understand how you're going to turn while doing very little different than your layout. Okay, so you're going to go up and do your layout, and you're going right before you land your layout, you're going to turn toward your direction and land in a quarter. Land in a quarter turn with your arms down by your side, holding that straight body position. That's what this quarter turn is about. Okay? It's hard for Jada to do a quarter because she does doubles, so but she's gotten pretty good at it with these videos. Okay, you need to be able to land that quarter turn with your arms down by your side, looking at what you're doing and feeling very comfortable with it. 4 to 5 times at least. Being an expert at it 4 to 5 times in a row. You've got it every day, all day. You can just do it at will. Okay? That shouldn't take very long if you have a good layout and body awareness. Okay? Now, next is a half. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go up in your layout, and you're going to see the quarter. And right before your feet land on the quarter, you're going to look for the marker for your half. For Jada, it's the blue mat. And again, you're going to land with your arms down by your side, nice and controlled. If you're falling all over the place on this, okay, and you're either over rotating or you can't hold your arms down by your sides, okay, it's because you're out of control in the beginning of your flip. So adding the twist in it, okay, is not letting you be controlled at the end. If you're out of control at the end, it's because you're rushing it and throwing your body around in the beginning. Understanding that float is important. Okay, you need time to see what you're doing. Okay, so again, same thing here. You're landing your half a bunch of times. You're an expert at it. It's the same every time. Okay, and then you're going to try to move on to the 3/4. Now, for Jada, that's turning toward the red tumble track, toward the red mat in your video. For you, it's wherever your marker is, depending on what way you're facing and what way you're turning. Okay. I suggest if you're at home, I suggest making markers on your net, circles, dots, something you can look at on your net or on the trampoline pads if you don't have a net, so you can see where you're going. 1, 2, 3, and then back to 4 is your full, or shapes, colors, whatever you need. Okay. Most of the time, when we go to the 3/4, you'll pull around the full. Okay, so we're going to go to half. When you go to the next level, don't think about doing a 3/4 or don't think about doing a full. What you want to think about is doing a great half, seeing the half, and then right before you land the half, you're going to turn and look at your third marker. Or you'll be like, oh, I just pulled around the whole full. Most of the time, you're going to pull around the whole full. Okay, all right, go ahead, Jada. Okay, so 3/4 is pretty hard for her because she's been doing fulls for so long, but you'll notice that she's going straight up. She's throwing her head back slightly.
That was more than I had.
Yeah, I know. She's throwing her head back slightly, but she's just done it so many times that she has that control. Okay, now that is the number 1 drill that I use to teach fulls. There are some other drills that if your mind's just not getting it, to teach back fulls that are great. We do have to have another discussion before this. This skill is called a 3/4 back. Okay, and a 3/4 back means basically you're going 3/4 of the way around with a back flip. Okay, so she's going to start out and just show you what a 3/4 back is, and we'll show you how to get there. Okay, so you're landing in your front drop position. You don't have to do the flip over. You're just landing in your front drop position. You're doing a back flip, arms up, and you're landing in your front drop position and returning to your feet. Okay, so to get there, I do not suggest just flipping your body in the air and trying to land on your stomach. Okay, I suggest that you have a mat or some kind of cushion or mattress or something to kind of cushion your fall a little bit. Jada's going to grab what we call the pitch mat. Okay, and when you do this, you want to bounce a little bit a ways from the pitch mat and scoot back on the bounce right before you go. Otherwise, that mat that you have on the trampoline will just flip up at you in your bounces. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to act like you're doing a back tuck, and then you're going to go to the doggy position. Okay, you're going to start with your arms up by your ears, just like Jada. Okay, and you're going to land in your doggy position. So right before your feet land, you're going to go really slow, float up, 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 do a good back tuck, and land in the doggy position. We explain doggy position in Trampoline Basics. So again, I'm just going to preach that video because it's a great video. Okay, but the doggy position is equal weight on your hands and feet with a tight butt and tight back and core. Okay, so once you perfect that, then you're going to go 3/4 back to doggy, and then go to your front drop position. And then front drop. Okay, and then obviously the next step would be to go 3/4 back to your front drop. Okay, boom. Okay, now once you perfect the tuck, what we want to get to is being an expert at the back straight to the stomach drop position or the front drop position. Okay, so go ahead, back straight to front. Okay, and you don't have to bend your knees on that particular drill to go into the front drop. We do want to keep a straight body in anticipation for what's next. Okay, so now once you have mastered the back straight to your front drop position, okay, what you want to do is go back straight, and right before you hit that front drop position, turn to your back. Nice, float up, turn to your back. Okay, most of the time if you're really tight, you're going to pop up. Now, on these drills, when you're going to your back, your whole body needs to hit. It's not a back drop position. Your whole body needs to hit at the same time. Try again. Okay, that's if you're tight, you're going to bounce up just like Jada did. Okay, so perfecting that back half. Okay, now you're going to go 3/4 back, turn to your back, and then you're going to go and turn to the doggy position. You're going to keep turning the same way. It's kind of hard to turn. You can turn to your feet or the doggy position, really. If you're doing it correctly, it should be pretty easy to turn to your feet. Okay, so that's doggy. So what she's doing is she's doing basically going from her back and continuing with the turn. Okay? So it's just like going from your back and continuing with the turn. Do a back drop and turn up to your feet. So this is the cradle that we were doing in the beginning. So she's just going to do a back drop, and she's going to turn up to her feet like that. So that's basically what you're doing. Back drop, half turn to feet. Okay, but you're going to be in a flat back drop position and not an upside down cow. Okay, so let's do the whole thing again. 3/4 back straight to turn to your back, and then turn to your feet. It's kind of hard to turn to your feet with the mat on there, but if you can get to your feet, that'll help you understand how to pull your feet under. Okay, good. We didn't talk about this, but what do you think about going full to your stomach? Okay, so you can try to go, we did talk about that, I forget. Okay, you can go act like you're going to your back and look and turn to your stomach. Okay, so that is a possibility as well. If you can do that, man, you are going to lock down this full and you'll never lose it. One of the most frustrating things to me as a coach, and I'm sure it's frustrating as an athlete, when people are like, oh, I lost my full. Well, then you never had it. So going through all these different progressions, okay, and all these different drills is a great way to never have that happen to you. You lost your full, one, because you're mentally challenged in some other area, okay, of your life, whether that be personal or academic or family or whatever. Okay, you don't just lose a skill that you have. Okay, so you never really understood it to begin with. So doing it this way, I can almost guarantee you're not gonna quote unquote lose it. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna go to front twisting. You might start with front twisting before you do back twisting. Just make sure that you're turning the same way. Okay, so in front twisting, we're going to use the mat, but just in general, you really need to know how to do a front pike. Okay, we go over front pikes and stuff like that in another video. I think it's the intermediate trampoline video. But Jada, give me a front pike real quick. It's just like a front tuck, except you're driving your butt up, touching your toes, and leaving your legs straight. One more. Good. Notice how she keeps her arms down by your side. That's very important. If you bring your arms up at the end of a flip or when you're trying to twist, it's going to stop you immediately. Okay? If you're bringing your arms up like that, it's a good way to stop yourself if you need to stop yourself. But when you're twisting, you don't want to stop yourself. So doing a front pike is very essential to front twisting. Okay, move that mat on there for me, Jada. We go over this in a little bit better detail in, I think, advanced trampoline. But this is a great drill. You're going to go, you need to be, again, comfortable landing on your back. But what you're going to do is go front pike to back. Okay? So you're going to land flat, and you want to look at the mat the entire time. Okay, so front pike to back again. Good. You're going to see the mat disappear right before you land on your back. Now, this time you're going to go front pike, and right before you land on your back, you're going to turn your body to like where you're like sideways in the air, like an airplane, like we did earlier. And you're going to land on your stomach. Okay? But basically in this drill, you're not going to take your eyes off the trampoline this time. Okay, so she goes up, she touches her toes, she kicks out to a flat body, finds the airplane, and lands on in her front drop position. Okay, now we're going to do this straight, okay, with a straight body. A front straight is not really just like a skill that you're just going to do arbitrarily or like compete or anything, but it's good for the drill. Okay, so do a front straight and focus on keeping your arms by your ears and then bringing them down to the side and holding them. Float. Oh, I meant to your back, sorry. So that was a good front straight. Okay, and again, you want to get that float to where we're floating and seeing it. Okay, she had to pike there at the end because she needs to drive her heels a little bit more. Good. Okay, so then you want to go front straight, turn half to your stomach. Arms up and out. Good. Okay, and the reason I start with front pike is because I think that doing the front pike is very necessary to feeling comfortable with the skill. And it's so much closer to the way that you need to do it that you'll, even if you don't do the front straight, you'll pull out the front pike and you'll end up being straight when you twist. Okay, so if you have to just stick with the front pike to do all this, it's fine, as long as you're coming out of the front pike to twist. Okay, which 9 times out of 10 you most likely will anyway. But if you can do the front straight, that's always a good skill as well. All right, so let's go. You're going to go front straight and act like you're going to your stomach and turn to your back. The float up in the beginning is so important. She does that very nicely. Jada, why do you do that so nicely? I don't know. Because we've done it a million times, okay? She's good at what she does because we've done it a million times. You got to have repetition and you got to be an expert. Good. Before you go on to the next phase, okay? Now, once you can do that, the front full is pretty easy. You want to do a front full? Sure. She's going to do front full to her feet. Okay, she kind of whipped that one. And by whipping it, what I mean is that she didn't hold her arms up for long enough at the beginning of the flip. That was a little better. Okay, now I'm going to teach you one more way to learn the front twisting. So pull that mat off. And this is the last thing that we're going to do. Okay, these are the 2 best ways to learn twisting, period. To learn your body awareness and control. Okay, so again, we've already done the front pike. Okay, so you already at this point should know how to do a front pike. Okay, so what you're going to do is do a front pike, and right after you touch your toes and you're kind of kicking out, okay, you're going to turn toward the same direction that you normally do, right or left. Okay. And just like the back twisting, to kind of try to do a quarter. I don't know if that Jada is going to be able to do that. She'll probably just end up doing a half, but it's the same concept as the back twisting. Okay, but you're starting in a pipe. You're going to do a pipe. Okay, do a pipe granny. A pipe granny is a front half. You're going to touch your toes and then turn. Okay, so you can try the quarter turn with the front straight. But I don't suggest that for you guys. I suggest the front pipe. Okay, so Jada's so ingrained to doing that granny. Don't worry about the quarter. Okay, but how you want to do it is do a front pipe, and right before you land, turn. Okay, a lot of the times you'll just turn the half because you can see the trampoline the whole time. It's a little bit different than a back twisting, but it is not a round off with no hands. Okay, it is not a round off with no hands. You're turning right before you land your front pipe. Okay, do one more pipe granny. That is a round off with no hands, and we do not want to do that. One more pipe granny. Good. Now, once you get good at the pipe granny, you can do the straight granny. Now, doing the straight granny is very important to your front twisting. Hold your arms up forever. Good, and you drag your heels. Her arms only go one place on this, by her ears or by her thighs. Okay, by her side. They go up and down. One more, Jada. Good. Okay, now, are you ready for a front pull? Sure. Okay, so the front pull is the same way. You're going to focus on doing a good straight granny and then turn to your marker to get it all the way around. Okay, it's the same thing as your back twisting. Okay, if you're wanting to twist more, okay, so you can start out like this too. Do a front pipe. So we'll go back to the beginning really quick. Do a front pipe, land, turn. Okay, so you land and you turn right away. Do it again, but turn right away. Okay, the reason she was out of control at the end of that is because her arms went down to the ground too quickly. Okay, all right, so you do the front pipe, you land the front pipe, and then you turn. Okay, and then you'll get to where you can turn earlier. Okay, turning later is always better than turning too early. Okay, so do the straight granny, and then land and turn the half. So once you get the straight granny, you do straight granny, land, and turn. And you keep those arms down. Okay? And then you get to the point where you can turn before you land. One more front pull. Okay? And then the same thing if you're trying to do a Rudy, which is a 1.5. You land the front pull and then turn. Okay? And then it eventually becomes a Rudy. Okay? Rudies to me are a little bit easier to land than front pulls because you can always see the trampoline the whole time. All right, that is it. You can send me your videos. You can send me your questions about front twisting or back twisting, and I will give you my advice. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was beneficial. Again, you should really go back and watch trampoline basics and then intermediate and advanced trampoline. They have some really good tips on back tucks, back pikes, layouts, front pikes, front tucks, back drops, all kinds of twisting drills. Like I said, this is a little bit of a more of an advanced video. But anyways, hope you enjoyed it. You can see all of our videos again online on our website at summitsportscenter.com. Click on events and virtual content and look under the heading that you want to see, whether that's tumbling or trampoline or working out or whatever. We are here working for you, even though we are closed for now, which we hope that will not be the case soon. Have a good day. Bye.